Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin. When it was 20K, 50K, 70K, nobody hardly talked about it. But now it's hit $100,000 per Bitcoin. So it's everywhere. It's in the news, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere. So by popular demand, I've decided to include not only Bitcoin, but a couple of other cryptos in my regular weekly analysis. So let's jump in and get started. And yes, here we are with the regular weekly analysis, this one starting on the 9th of December 2024. And as I told you last week, if you follow me, this will be the last regular weekly analysis that I will do this year, because you need time off from trading. And Christmas and New Year's is a good time to take off because there's less volume, less volatility. Everybody goes on holidays. So it's a good time to take a break, get away from the charts, relax, and enjoy time with your family and enjoy the holidays. And of course, with this regular weekly analysis, we will look at the high impact news that's coming out. And there is a lot this week. It's a full calendar. Also, I will look at the profit I had from last week's trades. And then we will look at the pending orders, the trade setups that I have in place for this upcoming week. And I do all of this to help you make profit with your Forex trading. So looking at the chart that I've highlighted for you here, this is from forexfactory.com, our go-to website for the high impact news. And as you see, I've highlighted a lot of items here. Mostly what you see is the central banks this week will be announcing their quarterly either raise or lower the interest rates. And most of them will be lowering the interest rate. However, the first one on Tuesday, Australia has decided, or at least it's forecast, that they will not change the interest rate. So that could have quite an impact on the movement of the Australian currency. And then on Wednesday, we have the very important core CPI news for the US economy. And then also on Wednesday will be the Canadian bank rate, and they are projected to lower the interest rate by 50 basis points. Then on Thursday, you have the Swiss franc. They are projected to lower the interest rate by 25 basis points. And then also on Thursday, you have the euro, and they are projected to lower the interest rate by 25 basis points. So a full calendar. Be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local times. And of course, just remember that the information I share with you in this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. I'm not suggesting or recommending you take the same trades. You can if you want to, but it's up to you to manage your own account and to use good risk management. And looking at the profit that we had from last week's trade setups, gold was crazy all week long. This is on Monday, you see, and it just traded in this very, very tight range, dropped a little bit below that, and then started to come back up. But I gave a buy limit at 26.40, so that's this area here. On Monday, it would have actually been a buy stop because it dropped well below that. You could have got in and got a little bit out of that one, but then it came back to 26.40, went up again, came back to 26.40, went up a little bit on Friday. It's been a really zigzag week last week for gold. So really tough trading if you're trying to hold on to a long-term trade. Better if you just stay out and wait. Gold will continue to move to higher prices, but at the moment it's just consolidating in this very, very tight range. And then looking at the US 30, I had a buy limit on that one. That's the stock market, the Dow Jones. And I had a buy limit on that one, and it opened a little bit on Monday and then went sideways and finally got taking off on Wednesday. So I had a good profit on the US 30 last week. And then the Euro US, we had a sell limit on that one. Okay, it didn't do anything until Friday, or it went up, just fell way down, then finally went back up on Friday and hit the pending order, came down and gave us 58 pips profit on that one. And then the odd US, on Monday, it just fell down, came back up a little bit, heading towards our pending order, but then continued down on Wednesday, went sideways on Thursday, and then a huge, massive drop on Friday. So there was no trade on the odd US. And the same with the New Zealand US. On Monday, it just fell down very hard, went sideways on Tuesday, fell harder on Wednesday, tried to recover a little bit, and then on Friday made another big drop. So there was no trade on the New Zealand US. With the pound US, It didn't open until Thursday. All right, but this trade is still open. It opened on Thursday, hit the pending order on Thursday, and then went up a little bit the wrong direction, started to come down, and now is continuing the right direction. But this trade is still open, so I will see on Monday what the market sentiment is going to be, whether or not I will hold that trade. I am actually turning bullish on the pound US, so it's likely that I will close this trade with a small profit or a small loss if I can on Monday morning. Then the USD CAD. Okay, there was no trade on that one, which is good. You see what happened to it on Friday. And then finally with the UJ, I had a sell limit on that one, and that one opened on Monday and went good, the right direction, and then even on Tuesday and finishing up with 200 pips before turning around and going the wrong direction. 200 pip profit on the UJ. And so jumping into the charts, usually I start off with gold, but by popular demand and popular request, I've been asked to include some cryptos in my regular weekly analysis. So we will start off with Bitcoin. Okay, you see the big move up that we had last week got up to nearly $104,000 per Bitcoin, but it fell down. It got down to 92,000. You see there on the chart. And of course, that's normal. When you get a big move up, you're going to get profit taking. You're going to get a correction, as they call it, a retracement, a pullback. Nothing unusual about that. All right. But we can see that we have resistance, of course, is at 100,000. It's dropping down today. This is a live chart. When it's dropping down today, we're at $99,108. Might drop down a little bit more. If you're trading, I don't trade. I just buy and hold Bitcoin. I buy on a regular basis, DCA, dollar cost averaging. But if you do trade and you want to buy again, a support level is at 97,000. Okay, that's a minor support level. And then we have major support at 95,000. So if it will come back down and you want to wait for a pullback to get a better price, all right, wait till 97,000 or perhaps put a buy limit also at 95,000. And then I look at DOGE, D-O-G-E, see what that one is doing. And that one is making a move. Okay, it made a big move up today. All right, but it's falling down. It's making that correction. But the analysis that I see is it's a good time to buy DOGE, but of course, wait for a better price. So we have support level. We have a zone here where you could put two buy limits, 0.4522 and also 0.4383. If you're interested in spending a little bit of money that you're willing to lose, okay, $50, $100, and hold on to this, it is expected that Doge will continue to go to much higher prices. So I'm bullish on the Doge. I have a little bit of that one, and I'm just holding on to it. And if it will come down to one of these zones here, then one of these support areas, then I will add to my portfolio. Then XRP, someone's asked me to look at XRP. I don't trade this. I don't hold XRP at the moment, but looking at getting in, and a good price to get in is to let it come back, let it make a correction back to one of these support levels. The first one is 2.419, and the next one would be 2.249. So two good areas where you can add to your portfolio with XRP. All right, let's move over to the regular charts that I share with you, the gold and major pairs, and starting off with gold, XAUUSD. I have a buy limit. Okay, gold is bullish on the day chart, the long-term chart. It has turned bearish on the 4-hour chart, but I remain bullish. So if you want to have a buy limit, I have two places where you can place that. The lower one is 26.22, and the higher one just above that would be 26.28. A nice zone here where we've been bouncing around for the last couple of weeks, and it's holding strongly. It could go a little bit below that, but it's a good place to add to your portfolio with a buy trade. So a buy limit on gold between 26.22 and 26.28. On the US 30, of course, that's the stock market, and that should continue to increase. We have a triple bottom here, okay, over the last couple of weeks. So I have a market execution order. Just buy the US 30 when the market opens on Monday. Then the Euro US, I have a buy on that one with the entry price at 1.0555. It's just a little bit above that now. Let it make a small correction for your buy limit. With the odd US, no trade. I don't want to get in at these extreme low prices. This is really low for the Australian US dollar at 63 cents. Imagine if you're an American flying to Australia, 63 cents you can buy an Australian dollar. These are extremely low prices. So I don't want to, it's bearish. Okay, odd US is definitely bearish. You look back at this chart as I scroll out, it's definitely bearish. But I don't want to get into a trade at extremely low prices. If you continue to sell this, it's possible that you could get stuck at a very low price and it would be difficult to get out. And so it's the same on the New Zealand. The New Zealand US, very, very low prices at the moment with 58 cents, all right, compared to the US dollar. So no trade on the New Zealand US. Then the pound US, I have a buy limit on that one with the entry price at 1.2725, bullish on the pound US. And the USD CAD, well, of course, no trade on that. It hasn't started to come down yet. In fact, on Friday, we had this extremely high move, big move on Friday with the USD CAD getting up to 141, $1.41, back where it was when the president-elect announced he's going to put tariffs on the Canadian imports. So it's back up in that very, very high area, which we haven't seen for many, many years. So I'm not interested in trading the USD CAD with these extreme high prices. Then the UJ, okay, I have a sell limit on that one. Let that retrace just a little bit, a minor correction back to 150.600. So that wraps up this weekly analysis starting on the 9th of December 2024 and the last weekly analysis that I will be doing for this year. I hope you have a great week of trading wherever you are in the world. I hope that you're using a mentor, someone like Karen Fu, who's a very, very famous mentor, very successful trader, received many, many awards. She's Singaporean. She lives in Singapore. She has hundreds of videos on her YouTube channel. I'll leave the link in the description below. But it's important that you have a mentor. You cannot do this alone. You cannot become a successful trader by just living in a cave or sleeping under a rock, doing it yourself. You need mentorship. And so it's easy to find a mentor. If you need some assistance or guidance, just let me know in the comments below. I'll be glad to get back to you. And for the upcoming year, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell so you'll be notified every time I make one of these videos, which is every Sunday. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a great week of trading. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, a wonderful New Year celebration, and I'll see you again in the next video. Don't forget, be kind to yourself, be kind to others.